do not know if you can see it. Well, you can see a little bit better there. But it is snowing for the first time this year. And we'll see how well these roads hold up, especially out here in the mountains, because it's been raining since yesterday. So the ground's not necessarily cold enough. As you can see, the snow's not sticking at all. But yet, if it keeps snowing like this, eventually overnight when it gets colder, it will definitely stick. So I won't post this video yet until later on to kind of see how the weather is and how the snow does. You can kind of see where it's kind of got a whiteness over there. It's not really shown in the camera too well, but if it doesn't stick, I'll post this video anyways, and then this would be the end of it. But if not, stay tuned for the next part of this video as we see how this weather and this first snow turns out. Go check out the weather. Oh, it's cold. Oh, that is wet. But as you now see, the snow is starting to stick. Let's get yep, we're definitely starting to stick. That's not my truck, that's my neighbor's. Really couldn't tell on the car because, hey, oh, the bike though you can. I need to get a cover for that bike. But yeah, that's all the newspapers from Thanksgiving, and I was going to take them to the dump, but then they got soaked, and well, I'm not sticking those in my car with them wet like that. But this is the official first snow in East Tennessee. See how it is when I get up in the morning to go to work. And I'll make a clip of that, and then I'll probably post it. What? Yeah, it's the first snow, Lila. It's your first snow. Yeah, it's your first snow. You was born after the snow came. This is your first time with snow. What you think? Cold? Yeah, so you got your boots on. You plan on going out in that stuff? Well, I definitely ain't going out there yet. I just hope the roads are nice when we gotta go work, little one. If not, we're just gonna stay home till it clears up. People can get their papers later, huh? Yeah. You want to say anything to the peoples? Lila? Want to say anything to the peoples? You just gonna smile? Yeah. You give him the look, huh? You give him the look. You gonna go outside? Well, you got your boots on. No? You think twice about that? Hey, at least you're a fear of trucks moving down the road. Some kids run out to the road. You're like, that thing's moving too quick. All right, we're gonna cut the video here. That way we have more time for video. Little stinker butt. Come back in the house. Come on. Don't need you getting the chills. A little about almost 2 in the morning. And boom. Yeah. About a couple inches on the porch. Oh. Love this auto start feature. Let's go check the road out. Road's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get the actual key in here, so we get the actual engine running. Oh, got a little snow in the car. Didn't realize I still had the wipers on. That's the best I can do. I just call this frozen rain. At least get the windows cleaned off and my mirrors. Yeah, this came from a hotel. Back when I used to stay in hotels for a business I used to run, did reviews on hotels and then post them online. That business was doing actually pretty good. And just like any other divorce, it messes things up. I'm hoping I can eventually get that business back. There she is. Yeah, I'm not uncovering my whole car. I'm just getting the legal bits. That will get uncovered as I drive. Yeah, I need to find my actual one that has a long pole on it. Should have wore my winter gloves. Lord of mercy. Well, this is the first official snow of 2020 in East Tennessee, preferably in the Wears Valley area. I'm not for sure how Pigeon Forge and Sevierville and all that is, because it was snowing out here really good, but when I went to Pigeon Forge, it wasn't snowing, it was raining. So okay, that's cleaned up pretty good. Gotta go get my daughter now and then head to work. Yeah, just sit in there. All right, well, for what you can see, it's white. Yeah. Yep, it's white. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Remember, be safe. Well, see how the mountain is. So far, the roads have actually been pretty clear. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, I didn't get any recording of it, but they just got a dusting. But up here in the higher elevation in Wears Valley, which is part of Sevierville, Tennessee, literally it's just been putting snow down. But one good thing about the roads is they're still warm from all the warm days we've had this past few weeks. Not really got cold enough for the roads to get cold enough to freeze yet. Plus too, it helps the county's really good on, at least on the main roads, throwing down this salt mixture. Or I don't really think it's a salt mixture, but it's a kind of like a non-corrosive type chemical slash salt, I guess. I don't really know the name or terminology for it, but it works really well when the road is already kind of wet, because then it kind of like dissolves and then gives the road a kind of like a coating. to where ice doesn't form, or it kind of like keeps the road kind of warm. It's kind of different. I'm not too familiar with it because I grew up in the salt belt, you know, where you pretty much get rust buckets with cars because of the salt they use up there is pretty corrosive, because you know you get a lot more snow and a lot more ice. So you know, and they just dump that stuff, and next thing you know, your black car turns gets this thick layer of salt on it. Oh. And this is Pebble Mountain, if any of y'all are curious. I do have a video of driving down Pebble Mountain back when Pebble Mountain, the leaves were changing, which wasn't that long ago. But then you get roads like this. As you can see, this is a gravel road. Now roads like this do get cold because there's no asphalt on it, because asphalt does retain heat for a while, but over a long period of time of just cold weather, eventually asphalt will get cold enough for the ice and snow to form on it, and then that salt material just turns into slush, which kind of makes driving worse. I'd rather drive in fresh packed snow than I would in slush, because to me, fresh snow, you get a little bit better traction than you do in that slushy stuff, because that slushy stuff then sticks all in your wheel wells and just causes all kinds of trouble, where sometimes you got to pull over and kick those, what I call slush cubes, chunks off your car, just so you can actually turn your wheels, because sometimes you get so much buildup inside your wheel well you can't even turn your wheels. I haven't really experienced that here in Tennessee, but I sure did up north in the Rust Belt. But I will say, a lot of folks come down here from up north saying, oh, it's snow, you can drive in this. But I will, as you see, I'm going down the mountain now. And when this gets a lot of snow and ice on this hill, because some of the inclines here is pretty steep, and then you got a sharp corner to turn, there's a reason there's a guardrail there, so if you go sliding, you don't go sliding off the mountain. And the trick is always ride close. Like right now, I'm on the opposite side of the road, because there's a possibility there could be black ice, because this road didn't get treated. And it's 28 degrees right now. So, but if this road had a lot of snow and debris, like snow and debris on it, I wouldn't even went up there and delivered that paper, because I'm not going to risk my life for 68 cents. You know, because that's pretty much what I get paid per paper to deliver, is roughly 68 cents. And you know, not to gripe or nothing, it's just the pay has gotten pretty down when it comes to paper deliveries than it used to be. You know, I pretty much get paid a week what I would make at a standard fast food restaurant before they raised the minimum wage, or raise the pay up over what do you get paid at some of these places now, 10, 12, 13, 14 an hour to make burgers or whatnot. So plus you got to put in the faction that when you're driving in this kind of weather, you know, you got to think of the extra wear and tear it puts on your car, because I got traction control on, so you know, the brakes and all those get used when the car feels like it's slipping. It automatically does kind of its own little control and adjustment with inside the wheel hub with brake. It's traction control, you know, I try to wrap my mind around it, but it's different on every car, and it functions differently on each car. And newer cars get out, traction control works all different, because then you got electronic steering and electronic braking, and it just, I try not to, it's too hard to keep up the way cars change so much, you know. But, and you can't really say, you know, you need fuel, air, and spark for a car. Before, that's the only three things you really needed to get a car running. Was, you know, you needed air, you needed fuel, and you needed spark. If you had those three things, you could get a car running. And then came along an alternator, so you needed to have power. So that's four things you needed to get a car running. But then over time, now you need this sensor and that sensor, this sensor, that sensor, and that sensor. And all those sensors got to be functioning properly before, because if they're not, then, you know, your computer isn't going to be able to tell the vehicle what to do in the run. So that's where I say mechanics has gotten tougher, because there's so much more you have to learn than you did in the past. Well, let's clean this tube out before I put paper in it. Ugh. Yeah, definitely going to have to bag this paper, because the snow's actually snowing right in it. Probably going to have to find one of those covers that you can install on a tube. Kind of help. All right, let's put a band over the top of this, just in case the wind blows, it can't blow it open and get snow inside the bag. Yeah, even though I get paid 68 cents to deliver paper, I still treat everybody's paper with respect, because who wants to get a wet, ripped, wrinkled paper? Some carriers don't care, but you got to think, if you don't care, who's gonna subscribe to the paper? All right, well, folks, this is definitely the end of the video now. It is December 1st. It starts snowing on November 30th. And that's it. Too bad it's not daylight, because then you could really get to see how beautiful it looks with all the snow on the trees and everything. All right, y'all be safe, take care, and I know some of you have already gotten snow way before we did. While y'all was getting snow, we was getting rain. Take care, and always remember, if it's broke, fix it.